Hi everybody, it's Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and today I have a bit of an all over body practice for you. We're going to work through a little bit of a flow, starting from seated, working our way up and getting into most parts of the body. So you won't need anything, just yourself and your mat, and if you are ready, let's begin. So we are going to get started in the center of our mats in cross-legged, if it's comfortable. If cross-legged's not comfortable, just whatever seated position allows you to sit nice and tall with a nice tall spine. And we're just going to take a moment here to find the breath. So just close off the eyes, just let the hands come to wherever they naturally want to fall. Maybe it's in the center, maybe it's on the knees. We can go palms down or palms up. And just begin to focus in on your breath here. So forget about anything else that you've done today. Forget about anything else that's going on around you, anything that's going on outside. And forget about anything that you have to do after this practice. Just focus on your breath and gently beginning to lengthen out the breath here. So taking slightly longer inhales, slightly deeper exhales. Take a little scan through your body here and let go of any tension that you may be holding on to. Check in with your thighs. Keep your belly soft. Keep your shoulders moving down away from your ears and relax all of the muscles in your face. And we just take a few deep breaths here. And then after your next exhale, nice and gently open back up through your eyes. And we can start linking up our movement with our breath. So taking the hands slightly out behind the hips, we inhale, reach the fingertips away, take them up towards the sky, the palms come together, and exhale, hands down through heart center. And again, we inhale, take those arms away, reach up nice and high, feel that stretch through both sides of the waist. And exhale, hands down through center. One last time, we inhale, reach the hands up nice and high, maybe take the gaze up in between the hands. And then exhale, hands down through center, and let the hands come on down to the knees or the thighs. And we're just going to check in with our neck here. So just drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder and keep those shoulders soft. So don't let the shoulders hunch up. We want to keep them moving down and away from the ears. We want to keep our heads hanging heavy here. And if we want to intensify this a little bit, we can always take the left hand, we can reach it out and away from the body, so like you were reaching down towards the end of your mat. Keep your arm long, really reaching through those fingertips, maybe even flexing the fingertips back towards the face. Feel that stretch coming up through the arm, up through the left hand side of the neck here. And breathe. Let's drop that hand back to the knee, pick the head back up, and same thing other side. So just gently dropping left ear towards the left shoulder. Again, notice if the shoulders have started to hunch up. If they have, keep them down, keep them soft. Head is heavy. And then maybe we wish to reach our right hand away here. So reaching towards the end of your mat, really reaching through those fingertips, make the arm nice and long, feeling that stretch coming up through the arm and up through the side of the neck. Maybe even flexing the fingertips back towards the face. Take a few deep breaths here and just begin to notice how your body is feeling. Noticing where we're feeling this stretch the most. Let's bring that hand back onto the knee. Pick the head back up and then just tuck the chin in towards the chest. So finding length in through the back of the neck here, staying here if it feels good, or maybe rolling one ear to one shoulder and then back through center across to the other side. Just working through some little half neck circles, working out any little knots or kinks in the neck, making this movement as slow, as exaggerated, as feels good for us. If we find somewhere with a little tightness, we can stop, we can send a few breaths into that area. Just making this stretch work for you, little half neck circles side to side. And then the next time we have the chin in towards the chest, we're going to stop. We're going to pick the gaze back up. And we're going to think about getting a little bit of movement in through the spine. So take the hands onto the knees. If you're cross-legged and your legs are getting a little bit crampy, you can always switch the cross of the legs, that's okay. But take the hands back onto the knees. And we're going to think about making big circles with our upper body here. So start to straighten out through the arms. Start to almost hang off the back a little bit, so we're slightly pressing through our shoulder blades. Take it across to one side, keeping your hips grounded, and then send your chest forward. As you do, you're rolling the shoulders back, you're puffing slightly out through the chest. Take it to the other side, and then swoop back. So making these big circles with the upper body. We're trying to keep the hips nice and grounded. We are trying to loosen up through the spine, through the upper back, through the shoulders. Just taking it into big circles here. As we come back, can we really press out through the back of the shoulder blades? As we come forward, can we roll those shoulders back, get that opening in through the chest? Let's do the same thing, just switching directions here, taking your circles the other way, just for a few more breaths. And as we did with our neck, just taking our time here, just working out any little areas of tension or tightness in the spine. And then coming back to center. Finding your nice tall spine once again. So sit a little bit taller, sit a little bit straighter, drop your shoulders, and we're going to release the feet out here. So we're going to bring the feet into a wide leg position. So if it's more comfortable for you, you can have a bend in through the knees. If you want to have the knees straight, that's okay, it doesn't really matter. But if having a bend in the knees allows you to sit a little bit taller, we can take a bend through the knees. But keep that spine tall, keep those hips grounded, and we're going to flex the toes back towards the face. So that when we do that, we start to feel all these muscles in through the legs starting to switch on. We maybe start to feel our core engage here to keep us nice and upright. And we are going to find a stretch through the legs. So take the hands into a little clasp in front of the body, and we're going to turn our upper body to face over the left leg. So we're thinking about almost turning the rib cage here. And then as we exhale, can we reach those hands down that leg? So it's not about reaching the toes, it's about just coming forward as much as feels good for you. Taking a few breaths here, just starting to open up through the back of the left leg. Keep breathing. And then can we send it across to the other side? So send those hands across towards the right leg. Finding that stretch coming into the back of the right leg here. Keep breathing. And then can we trace the hands back up that leg? And same thing again, we're turning the upper body to face over the left leg. We're going to take the hands down. We're going to send it across. We're going to come on back. And again, just like that. So taking these big circular motions with the arm. And we're going to work this into a nice big fluid movement here. So it's like we're stirring a big pot of whatever you want it to be. Finding movement through the spine, finding space in the back of the legs and the back of the lower back. And then can we start to integrate our breath with this? So as we bring the hands back to our center, we inhale. And then as we exhale, we come down, we swoop around. So we inhale to come back. We exhale, take it down, swoop around. Lovely. Let's take a few more this way. And then can we just switch direction of the circles? Let's see if we start to come down a little bit lower this time. The more that we do this, the more that we breathe into this, we might start to find the backs of the legs opening up. We're creating more space. Great. And then the next time that we have the hands down towards the left toes, we're going to stop and we're going to drop the hands down either side of that left leg. Take a nice big inhale here, and as you exhale, just allow your upper body to rest down over that leg. And again, it doesn't matter how far down we come, that's not the point. The point is about creating space in through the back body, so the back of the legs, the lower back, and we're just breathing here. You have an option to either stay here if you want to find a little bit of a twist. We can bring the left hand onto the inside of the left foot, and then as we inhale, we reach that right hand up towards the sky. So staying open through the chest, keep breathing. Take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, let's come on down. Let's take the hands across to the other side. Same thing again, hands come either side of the right leg. Take a big inhale, find that length through the spine. And then exhale, relax the upper body down over your leg. Keep breathing here. Again, notice for you, does it feel better to have the knee straight? Maybe we want to bring a little bend in through the knee. But just let gravity do the work here. Just keep breathing. You have an option to maybe stay here, or to find that twist on this side. We bring the right hand onto the inside of the right foot, and we inhale, reach that left hand up nice and high. The gaze can follow, or the gaze can be down towards your foot. Doesn't really matter. We're finding that opening in through our chest. We keep breathing. We shine that heart forwards. Let's take one more big inhale and exhale. Let's come on down. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Walk the hands back up towards the hips, and we're going to bring the knees in together. From here, we're going to see if we can get a little bit of activation through our core. So we're going to find our sit bones. We're going to feel the sit bones grinding down in towards the earth. And we're going to take the hands either on the fronts of the knees or the back. We're going to be moving into our Navasana, our boat pose here. So just start to send the weight back. So let the upper body come back a little bit. And there's going to be a point when we come back that we start to feel the core engage. When we find that point, we want to stop there. And we really want to stay switched on in the core. So pull your belly button back towards your spine to protect your lower back. And then maybe we can come on to the tippy toes here. So keep breathing. Option to stay here. Or maybe we want to start to lift and lower one toe at a time. Maybe if this feels okay with the lift and lower, maybe we want to lift, and lower, lower. And lift, and lower. And maybe we stick with that, building strength in through the core, or maybe we lift, and we hold. So many options here in our boat pose. If we have the legs lifted, can we release the hands? Can we reach the fingertips forward? Can we keep our core engaged? Keep breathing. And then maybe if you're feeling good, maybe we try taking those legs out straight, just for one big inhale, full exhale, and release the legs. We're going to cross the legs, and we're going to do a little transition here, just coming forward onto the hands, release the legs out behind us into our tabletop. So in our tabletop, our wrists are under our shoulders, our knees are underneath our hips, and we're going to flow through a couple of cat-cows here. So as we inhale, we're going to look forward, open the chest, tailbone up. As we exhale, chin to chest, really arch and round through the upper back. Again, inhale to come forward, belly drops. Exhale, chin to chest, pull the belly button back towards the spine. Inhale, we come forwards. And exhale to round and tuck everything under. And we can just flow through a few of these just in time with your own breath. Just inhaling forward and exhaling under. Again, making this practice your own. So maybe if you need to stop in your cat or your cow and send a few extra breaths in there, that's fine. Just letting everything loosen up here. Let's take one more full round of breath wherever we are. So one more big inhale, a full exhale, and then we're all going to meet back in our tabletop. From here, we are going to bring ourselves up and into a downward dog. So spread your fingertips nice and wide, tuck your toes underneath, start to send your hips back, start to lift them up, coming up and into our downward facing dog. Totally up to you whether you want to have the knees bent here or you want to have the knees straight. If this is your first downward dog of the day, maybe keep the knees bent, or maybe even bend and straighten one knee at a time, just walking out the dog here. Finding that stretch coming in through the back of the right leg and then the left. And if you need to come out of this at any point, that's okay. Just drop the knees and then meet me here whenever you're feeling ready. Keep breathing, stay nice and strong through the arms. Keep that chest pressing down towards the mat. If we're walking the dog out, let's see if we can come back to stillness. And if the knees are bent, we are working on pressing through the hands, pressing that belly back towards the thighs. And if the legs are straight, we are working on pressing the heels down towards the mat. We're here for a nice big inhale, a full exhale, and then let's see if we can inhale to lift that right leg up towards the sky. We're going to bend the knee and we're going to step it up and in between the hands here into our lunge. So we're going to try and keep the back knee lifted. If it gets a little bit too much, we can go ahead and drop the back knee, but for the most part we're going to try and keep the back knee lifted. And then can we start to power up through that front leg? Can we lift the upper body up, bringing our hands into prayer position in front of the chest, finding our high lunge here. We're going to try and stay on the tippy toes, on the back foot. Core is engaged, keeping us balanced. Take a few breaths here. Option to keep the hands in prayer, or maybe we inhale, reach those fingertips up towards the sky. Can we sink a little deeper into our hips? Keep breathing. And then from here, let's bring the hands back into our prayer position, and we're going to find a little bit of a twist. So if this gets a little bit tough, just stick with it, just do what we can do. We're going to start to twist the body out towards the right hand side, and we're going to bring the right elbow onto the outside of the right knee here. So we're in this twisted high lunge. We're staying here, we're pressing the palms together, we're trying to get our sternum in the center of our hands. If it's within your practice, maybe we open the arms, maybe we take a nice big opening for a full inhale and exhale. And then bringing the hands back together. Take your gaze down towards your foot. And we're going to think about stepping that back foot up to meet the right. So take a nice big inhale and then step that back foot up. We're in our twisted chair here. Go ahead and release the twist coming into our chair. Keep those hips low. Keep the knees bent. Keep soles of the feet on the floor. We're breathing here. We're building strength. We're really going to feel it in through those thighs and in through the tops of those legs. And then can we take a nice big inhale, reach those hands up. Exhale, swan dive into your forward fold. And just use this forward fold as an opportunity to take a little bit of a breather. Your knees are bent or they're straight, it doesn't matter. Just find your breath here. Maybe give the head a little bit of a shake. Maybe give it a little bit of a nod. Maybe come back to stillness. And then take a nice deep bend through your knees. Press through the soles of your feet and start to very slowly unwind yourself back up to standing, just stacking all of the bones one on top of the other until we are in standing. We're going to find the same stretches on the other side. So let's inhale to reach our hands up nice and high, keep them high, and then can we bend the knees, come into our chair here. So the soles of the feet are pressing into the floor, the knees are bent. We're going to start to feel it coming in through the tops of the legs. Our spine is long, our core is engaged, so we're not dumping all of our weight into our lower back. Our core is switched on here. Take a nice breath in, a full breath out. And then can we bring those hands into prayer position in front of the chest. We're going to find our twisted chair on this side. So start to turn your upper body to face out towards the left hand side. Maybe bringing the elbow onto the outside of the left knee here. And breathing deep. Here's where we're going to challenge the balance a little bit. We are going to see if we can transition into our twisted high lunge. So take your gaze down towards your feet. Your left foot is going to stay exactly where it is. We're going to see if we can come onto the tippy toes of the right foot and then maybe step it back into that high lunge. If you fall, that's okay. If it's within your practice here, maybe we open up through the hands, stretch the arms wide. Take a nice big inhale. Take a full exhale. And then let's bring those hands back together in front of the chest. We're going to untwist ourselves, coming into our high lunge. And then maybe reach those fingertips up towards the sky once again. We're starting to feel it in through the top of the left thigh. We're going to be on tippy toes on the right foot. We're here for a nice big inhale, a full exhale, and then nice and slowly let's lower the hands back down, bring your hands to the mat, framing that front foot, and we're going to see if we can step back into our plank. So we're going to step that left foot back, come into your full plank on your toes or your half plank with your knees on the mat. Take a nice big inhale, exhale, we're going to chaturanga. Very slowly start to lower yourself down towards the mat, elbows tucked in. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, we're going to find ourselves coming back and into a child's pose. So send your hips back, maybe toes are together, maybe knees are apart. Stretch your arms out long. And relax your forehead down wherever it wants to come. Maybe your forehead's on the mat, maybe it's on top of stacked hands. And just begin to find your breath here. Start to take deeper inhales, longer exhales, making the breath smooth. And refocusing yourself here. Taking our last few breaths here, so make them nice long inhales, exhales. And then after your next exhale, we're going to release out of our child's pose. We're going to start to lift the gaze, walk the hands back towards the knees, and we're going to release the legs out here. Either bringing the legs out in front of us with the knees bent up or coming back into our cross-legged. And we're just going to find a few little shoulder rolls here. So just rolling the shoulders up towards the ears, sending them back, so almost feeling the shoulder blades coming together at the back. Drop them low, and then same thing again. Just making the circles as big as we can. Maybe tucking the chin in slightly towards the chest, lengthening out through the back of the neck. Coming back to stillness. And then maybe taking a few little seated cat-cows here. So hands are on the knees. As we inhale, we're going to start to open the chest, roll our shoulders back, maybe look slightly up. And then as we exhale, chin comes to chest. We hollow out through the belly, straighten the arms. Inhale, we come forward, chest opens, little dip in the low back. Exhale, chin to chest, straighten the arms, arch the upper back. Let's go one more time. Inhale to open the chest. Exhale, send it under, round it under. And then let's come back to center. You can close off your eyes here. And you can once again find those long, smooth breaths. Long, full inhalations. And deep, cleansing exhalations. Allowing the breath to begin to slow down and your heart rate to begin to slow down. And if you wish to stay here for a few moments, if you wish to take a Shavasana here, that's okay. Or if you wish to go about your day, you can very gently begin to open back up through the eyes. We will end just how we started by taking a nice deep inhale, reaching the hands up towards the sky. The palms come together at the top and hands come to prayer in front of the chest. And namaste, everybody. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you wish to see more like this, please subscribe. If you like this video, please like. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Namaste.